Hey everyone, welcome to another math video. I'll be going over Cartesian coordinates for this video. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. So these are the things we'll be going over. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So the Cartesian coordinate system, so this was developed by René Descartes. It's French, so you're gonna not pronounce all the letters, just some. So the Cartesian coordinate system uses the form x, y. Okay, x, y. So the x coordinates, that's your horizontal coordinates, the ones that go left and right. Y goes up and down, and it uses points on a two-dimensional grid system, and practical applications for this would be maps. You've seen maps, right? You got latitude and longitude. That's where we usually use them. One example that a lot of people like to use is battleship. I don't like to use that example because it actually does the coordinate system in the opposite way, where it goes up and down first and then left to right, which is the opposite direction of the Cartesian coordinate system, because remember, in battleship you do letter and then number instead of number and then letter. Okay, so and this part is important here in your when you're writing down your coordinates. So the x comma y is always in the parentheses, and we refer to this as an ordered pair. So if you just list them as an x comma y without the coordinates, it looks like two separate answers. So that's one thing you gotta be careful of. And always remember that x is always first. Okay, that's important. So this is the Cartesian plane. You've probably seen this somewhere. Actually appears a lot of places, mostly in math textbooks that deal with problems where you have to graph. So mainly like Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and probably Algebra 3 textbooks. College algebra textbooks also. Okay, so let's take a look at an example here. So we're going to find the ordered pair for each of these letters. So we'll go in alphabetical order as best as we can. Starting with letter A. So remember, you're going in the x direction first, and then in the y direction. So you always start from 0, 0, which is the exact center, and you go into the x direction. So A is over here in the right, 3 spots, and from here you have to go up 2. So the coordinates for A is 3, 2. Okay, now let's try B. Okay, so here's B. So B is at 5, 5. Okay, I'll let you try C. Okay, so if you got C, C should be 7, 8. Okay, now D is here. Negative 6, 4. E, negative 3, 7. F is down here. So we got negative 4, negative 6. G is down here. Negative 8, negative 8. Okay, our next letter alphabetically would be P. So that's at 9, negative 9. And Q, our last one here, 6, negative 5. And this is also a good time for me to point out the quadrants, which I forgot to mention earlier. So there's 4 quadrants, as you can tell, divided by the x and y axes. So quadrant 1 is actually up here in the upper right, and then it goes counterclockwise. So quadrant 2 is here, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. Okay. So let's try this example here. So we're going to plot the pairs. So point J, so 3, 2. So remember, we're going the x direction, starting from the origin, or 0, 0. We start in the x direction first, and then from there we go in the y direction. So point J should be right about there. Okay, now point K. So point K starts out with an x coordinate of 0, which means we're not going left or right at all. So we're staying at 0, 0, and from here we're going down 3. So we're going down here. So that's where point K should be. Now L, negative 4, 0. So starting from here, we go negative 4. And then the y is 0, so we're not going up or down. So your point should be right there. Okay, now we'll do M. So M is negative 1, 6. So it should go here. And N, 2, negative 7. So it should appear right here. Alright? So this is important to note when you're doing just points, individual points. You always start from 0, 0 and then move in whatever direction you're going. If you're graphing a line, for example, then slightly different rules on that, but we'll get into that in my other video, okay? So these are all the things that we did. Identified points, plotted points, explain what the Cartesian coordinate system is. We even went through some examples. So I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for my next video. It should be coming out soon.